Hey, what's up, everybody? Wade, you tapping in for another court chat. Today, I just wanted to talk about hubcaps. This has been a wonderful inside joke around the professional environment lately. And it just goes to show about, I've spoken earlier about, or previously in regards to how whatever your dream and ideal vision for your life is could look less than ideal for another person. And that's okay. Some people have a desire that's insatiable. Others might be able to satiate whatever their desires are and quell a bunch of that. So the idea of hubcaps. I have my dream car. I've had it for a few years. I think 8, I'm coming on a decade or something. Just put a little over 300,000 miles on it. It is a work of art for me. I've put time, energy, sweat, tears, money, equity, all the things into it. But I don't have hubcaps. And the individual that pointed this out, that was kind enough to point this out to me, you know, just aesthetically, she's like, it could be better. And I've had this discussion in regards to whatever my professional life is. Like, is this really all you want to do? Is this like as high as you go? You don't want more for yourself? And I'm, in my mind, I'm like, well, wait a minute. Like, first of all, what's so bad about it? And then like, 2, like, I used to manage this. I just don't right now because it facilitates a need that I have a priority outside of my professional life. So like, it's not that I'm incapable of doing something, but just right now, whatever I'm doing, again, facilitates whatever my priority set is. And that's hyper important to allow me to have whatever kind of peace of mind, some people call it work-life balance, whatever, that I need to go on. But I can get a new job, or I can increase my status at work. It's not impossible, it just doesn't suit a purpose right now, you know? And it's the regards this to complacency, like, and it's like whatever my professional environment is, it's kind of gonna keep me sharp, because just due to the nature of it, there is a kind of cesspool of vipers hanging out everywhere. You never really know who's what, and then you can put your foot in your mouth, which, you know, king of right here, and you need to develop those observation skills so you can perform adequately in whatever this environment is. So like, I enjoy it. Plus, you know, kicker, I enjoy what I do. So, you know, circling back, let's talk about my car. My windshield's destroyed. Like, it's not good. And I guess I just haven't repaired it yet because I've put a bunch of other resources towards developing the actual functionality of my vehicle to keep her in tip-top shape because I care, you know? But it's like, you didn't even mention that. Like, you care about how it looks, you care about hubcaps, you don't care about the safety of me and whoever else might be in the vehicle with me. Like, I appreciate, you know, the observation and the potential that this could better the aesthetic of whatever my situation is, but there's other things to worry about outside of that. And then it's like, wait a minute, like, honey, like, you know me, we've been doing this kind of song and dance for a while. I could buy a new car. Like what I need you to, I need to understand, because this is goofy to me. Like, what, out of everything that's going on, and that I've described to you about whatever my life is, like hubcaps, that's the icing on whatever my cake is. Like, if it stops working, I can get a new one. I just like this one. It's my dream car. And I might, guess what? If it stops working, I'll probably get another one of them. I like it that much, you know? And then, in regards to, the professional situation, it's like, Care Bear, I used to manage this. Like, I know what I'm doing. Like, I understand it to the nth degree, and I still get to perform at a high level, regardless of whatever my professional title is. So, like, which one of these is significantly impacting the wholeness of the spice of my life, honey? I need to know. Like, I appreciate you trying to shoot love out of your chest, Care Bear, to shine on my situation, but like, and I don't think it's contentment, but it is a healthy complication that I have established for myself in regards to the longevity of whatever my life and lifestyle is going to be. And then it gets like, you don't have any like goals or ambitions, like you don't want to do anything more. And I'm like, Care Bear, come on now, boo. Like, of course, I have things to pay off. Definitely have ambition. In regards to goal, the relationship that I get to have with my children has been developing at such a rapid rate. Little man loves to smack my back fat. Whatever it is about him, he like loves to smack my back fat and like run away. He appreciates seeing me writhe in pain, and it is immensely frustrating. But at the same time, the level of happiness to see his little goofy ass smile is insane. I can't even correlate the two, but I got my lick back because we get to Rough House. He gets to Rough House with Dad in like an nth degree, and like I love having that connection for him. And then me and my daughter, we're talking. She's like, Dad, like, she feels some type of way about our connection, and I'm like, look, baby, we're dudes. Like, we get to do stuff in rough. Like, do you want a Rough House? Do you want to get hemmed up? Because I don't want that for you, but like, if you want to engage, we can. She's like, no. And I'm like, see, like, I'm sure you must connect, a little bit more with your mom or whatever, like whoever, the goober is. And then she's like, well, no, you actually do a good job at that. And that touched my heart as well, because she thinks we have a connection, and I love that. And I always hoped that we did, but like, to hear her that she values that, it's like, yes. So in regards to that long-term goal, I heard this gentleman describe this. One of the greatest titles I've ever been called is Dad. I'm here to certify that. And then like, in terms of success, would be is if my adult children actually want to engage and have a relationship, not out of necessity, not out of use, but like, I like that dude. I mess with him. Whatever he is amazing to be around, and like, I want to engage with that. And I'm like, fuck yeah, long-term goal, done. That is whatever the desire, and right now, like, it's just hanging out. So whatever town that I live in, it allows me to hurry up and wait in such a manner that is prevalent to, again, you've heard me discuss, like, one of the last things that I get to do is meet this old friend and take that final ride. But I'm gonna hurry up and wait on that, And like, not driving and being in a rush to go everywhere. Like, I live like a vacation. So I had a wonderful experience with my son. This dude had me out for like 6 hours. He got invited to an after party. He closed a table of 3 women. He's 4. They were engaging and communicating with him like an adult, and he was Bruce Wayning and Batmaning his way out of questions, and like holding his own. And then at the table full of other people, he had picked up this ball on the way and like was engaging with everybody, throwing the ball around, rolling the ball around, figuring out, learning how to catch. Like, he's just the life of the party, so much so that he got invited back to an after party, and like, we went and did that. On the walk home, I'm like, man, you're something amazing. And he's like, yeah, no, I'm cool, bro. Then with my daughter, like, the adventures that we get to go on. So like, like the last 3 adventures with her have been kind of fantastic. We went skating, I fell. Then like the first time we went skating, it was closed, and like, no judgment, no like incompetency. We walked to our little spot and watering hole and kind of hung out and had a good time. Then the last time we walked, the restaurant was closed, so we ended up going to this other little spot around the corner downtown. That was cool. We had big salads. Then we went and watched Beetlegeist, probably not the best. And then on the walk home, we talked about like how the day was. We got to engage in like all this emotional stuff. And then like she's been coming to work out with me. Awesome for that. Love spending that time. That's my little lady. And then like while I'm working out, there were some teenagers across the way, and like in the middle of my set, first of all, they started counting in the middle of my set. And then like I'm like, okay, I'll just keep going and see how many I can do before I stop. And then they stopped counting in the middle of my set again. I'm like, come on, like you guys need to keep up. And then the one little girl shouted out, she's like, I'm still counting. And I was like, cool. But that was just an experience that was particular to her. One time when we were out walking, we saw like UFOs and stuff. So like they get different things out of these little adventures with dads that we get to go on. And like I value sharing that quality time and engaging in the walk. Because before, you would have drove here, drove there, you might have had some conversation, but chances are you're listening to the radio. And it's not that, it's lacking that connection. And like getting to hurry up and wait, take advantage of my environment. And like she came with me to the store. Me and little man do this a lot because he's with me on my days off. And like we just go to the store, we get like a pepper and a drink, we split the pepper, smash that on the way home, maybe get a smoothie. Like she got to do that with me, and like just little things like that mean kind of the world, and you get to engage in the quality time in such a way that when you're driving around trying to so-called have fun, it's like the walk is more fun than whatever we're engaging in. And like sharing that time, maybe roughhousing a little bit, pushing each other around, singing songs, whatever we might do on these particular walks, taking a different direction in a new street. Something just as simple as that. And then like, engaging in that physical fitness, hitting those workouts. I'm so proud of her. Like she started, jumping onto the outside workout equipment that we go by. So like, that's awesome. My son likes to try and do pull-ups when we go. So like to cultivate and nurture these healthy habits while engaging in the quality time, like I get to do this. HubCaps? That's the thing that's gonna over the top. That's the So like me and Cara Bear, we talked about this, and like she was like, no, yeah, okay, I get it when you put it like that. And it's just like, again, the insatiable nature for what some people desire. And then like, oh my God, we're talking about relationships and like, I want to have healthy arguments, Cara Bear. Cara Bear is like, I will find something to argue about. I'm like, I bet, like I have no doubt about that you would. And then Monkey, like, she's like, yeah, I just want to have healthy arguments, about like why the lawn isn't mowed. And I'm like, the lawn isn't mowed because I like the way dandelions look sometimes. And then the morning glories that run across my lawn and like whatever other natural weeds might pop up. That's why. And when I'm ready for it to be cut down, when it becomes too much aestheticness, a little overwhelming, I call my guy and I tell him, hey, come hook your boy up. It's called stimulating the economy. I engage in that. So the last thing that I'm gonna do is fight with anybody about my lawn. And it's like, bless your heart, this is stuff that you look forward to in a relationship? Not I. So like the things that people desire, it's like, I don't, I understand, I'm getting to understand it a little bit better now. And like, it's fascinating for me that like these are some of the concepts and like ideas that you don't even know that you're fighting against because you're like, what is this? And then, you know, you just get to talking a little bit more and you're like, oh my God. A lot of whatever my stuff is has been satiating. I think, thankfully, because I've lived a rather healthy, well-rounded life. And I don't have to be CEO. I don't need to run a company. I don't need HubCaps. Like, I get to be content in such a way that I get to enjoy the little things. I get to stop and smell the tulips, as my son would say. So, like, just for me, this is whatever my life path has led me down. And then, you know, there was a significant sacrifice and grind all through the, you know, 18 to like 34. And, you know, blessings that I get to engage in my reality in the way that I do. I learned the skill sets needed to function in this way, and I put in the grind and effort to be able to land where I'm at. And, you know, hopefully maybe this might shed some perspective and perception on how you view the world versus other people, and like what is important and relevant to you long term versus what other people might desire from you. And we'll probably talk about mental stability, but just emotional fortitude, because some people might desire things from you that you're incapable of giving, and you might have to have the emotional fortitude to say no, despite how that might make that other person feel. This is my way to train, where my tracks lead me. Hopefully this provides insight on where you would like your tracks to take you, and hopefully, you know, you lay the railing down to lead your life in a healthy direction. On that note, Wages out.